Today is Sunday, 22nd of March. It's 4:45 in the afternoon. I'm located in Bucharest, Romania, Europe. And I would like to share with you some insights I got and some practical things you actually can do to make your current situation more bearable, smoother, or even benefit from all the craziness that's happening at this moment. Like, subscribe, and share. Hi, my name is Lotfi Murad, and today is for us the first day where the curfew will start at 10 o'clock in the evening. From 10 to 6 in the morning you're not allowed to get out unless you have a paper. It's a specific document that you need to print, so good luck finding a printer because most people don't have printers anymore at home. And then you need to write down what your excuse is, and there are only a few excuses allowed. Aside from that, from 6 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock in the evening, you're allowed to get out, but for the necessary stuff only. So you're allowed to actually get out for your physical exercise as long as it's not done in groups, but I have no idea what it really means. I don't know how far they mean when they say staying in your neighborhood, because for me, my neighborhood is 10 minutes walk and then I'm in the park and there I have a lot of space. Actually have oxygen and I am less likely to be in physical contact with people. Wherever I would stay around the street, I would actually be, I would start walking or jogging, then there are constantly people around me because the streets are narrow. But anyway, so it's interesting what's happening. And for a lot of people this means that staying at home may look fun at first, like a holiday, but then things will start to change because on holiday you are with your partner, maybe you have children, but then you have a lot of distractions. You can go swimming, you can go hiking, walking, whatever it is you're doing. But now, I don't know if most, but a lot of people are actually living in apartment buildings. These apartment buildings can be huge. So it means a lot of people cramped together. You're supposed to stay indoors. You can hear all your neighbors. You have nowhere to go. So this can start to put a lot of pressure on your relationship. Relationship with your partner, relationship with your kids, uh, parents if you have a parent that you're taking care of, but also your relationship with yourself. So how to deal with all this? And how come that I said it may be an opportunity even? Well, it all starts with your inner peace, being zen, being calm, being relaxed. If you have children, they are a mirror, but then with a magnifying glass on it. So if you're stressed, there will be like 10 times more stress. If you get excited in any way, there will be like gremlins jumping around, making a lot of noise, trying to catch your attention, basically showing you what stupid things you're doing. And if you don't have kids, then you may be really happy. I actually heard somebody saying that it was one of these moments where he was really happy that he didn't have children. Yeah, I can understand that if you're locked down in your house. But let's say you're one of those who don't have children, and you may still have a partner. If you're living alone, like me, then you will start to meet yourself in the hallway, in the living room, in the bedroom, in the kitchen, in the bathroom. And what to do. What to do with all the time, but also what to do if you have people around you and you see them 24/7, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. So at the moment, like, I need space. I need to breathe. So you may start by going each of you to buy half of the groceries on your own. So at least you're out for a moment. And I'm not going to dive into the concept if you should be afraid of catching the virus or not, because that's a totally different subject. You could even decide to go out and let the dog out, one after the other, and then lucky dog. Instead of 3 times a day or 2 times a day, it's 6 times a day, because each of you want to have at least 15 minutes alone 3 times a day. So the dog is going to be very happy. Okay, it's going to get bored at a certain moment, like, again the same round, yeah, no park, still. So in the end, your dog may get really healthy, like being in good shape because he's exercising a lot, and you as well, because you're moving your ass, just to get out of the house. And what to do when the tension starts to build up, or how to prevent the tension to build up. Well, how do you get zen? How do you get calm? How do you find your peace? Maybe you already have a way. If you have a way and you cannot apply it, then you need to look for another way. So you need to become creative. But there are already a few ways that are out there, and there are ways that I will be sharing with you that go deep, that actually make this lockdown period really a good thing. Meaning, if every day you take at least half an hour, but preferably 1 hour in silence, and if you have a small apartment and you're not alone, then put earplugs in, make them from toilet paper, and if you are afraid because your toilet paper is your new goal, then take something else, cotton, whatever. Block the sound, or if you have noise cancelling headphones, put them on. And then agree with your partner to do it at the same time, so you're both in silence, so there's no TV on, no radio, nothing, and you're just in peace. And even your children can join that peace, or start to do something that is more peaceful. And you becoming calmer means that everyone around you will become calmer. And then you can set a question for yourself. What do you want your heart or your soul to answer? You can also just sit and just to find your peace, just to release all the tension. For releasing tension, you can also do some grounding exercises. And on my website, under tips and tools, in the middle is grounding. You'll find some practical stuff there, stuff you can do. And in the beginning of tips and tools, you find meditations. So, and other ways to relax. So have a look at that. But one thing I would like to discuss today is you go and you feel what the answers to the question. If you don't have a question, you just feel, how do I feel? Whatever comes up is okay, just stay with that feeling. Process it. Let it fully express itself. If it's anger, take a piece of paper, write it down, make a drawing, whatever. Express it. Don't go hit on things or on people. No, try to channel it into a more, let's say, practical way. And then if it's something related to your partner, here is how you can actually communicate with your partner without getting into a conflict, because now is not the moment to have fights, because you have nowhere to go. And you don't want to end up that one of you is living in the living room, one of you is living in the bedroom, because that's really going to harm you both. So one way is that you take the time to feel, and when something comes up from here, you express it from here. You agree that you will sit down peacefully, you express from here, and the other will simply listen. And if it becomes too much for one of the two, one of you does this. Take time out, and you both breathe for a minute, or maybe a little bit longer. You just feel. And you continue. And then when you're done, you don't react. So the listener listens in silence. And the one sharing shares from his heart. And that generally means there will be no accusations. There will no like, you did it. No, it's just, this is how I feel about this and that and that. There's no need to write things down. Just listen for the listener. Listen from here. Let it come here. Don't take it personally. Even if it sounds personal, don't take it personally, because this is a soul thing. It's never personal. Only you can take it personally because you have an issue with something that you didn't resolve. This sounds very personal, right? Yeah, resolve your shit. You won't have this problem. So, after the one expressing finishes, you take a break. Again, this, you say, I'm done, or I'm done for now, but preferably just let it all out. And then both of you sit in peace. Meditate, or whatever it is. Focus on breathing. And then the other can answer, can reply, say what he or she is feeling. Because during this moment, this break, you're going to feel something. So go to those feelings. There's anger, again, write it down. Your sadness, just cry, it's okay. For the other, don't feel guilty. You're only expressing what's in here. Often the unexpressed stuff is resulting in pain for one or for both. So let it out so you can heal it, so you can resolve things. And so the same rule applies when the other is sharing. It's not a discussion, just sharing how the person is feeling in that moment due to what came out. And then again you take a break. And because you take these breaks, you only interact from here, not from the mind, not from the ego, from here. This will mean that there's a very little chance of having a conflict. Instead, you will actually start to discuss what can be done, discuss what's needed. And not like, oh, I suggest you do this or that. No. Each can feel for himself, for herself, what he or she needs. And stay in that feeling. It may be scary, but stay in there. It's going to be okay. Start practicing this. Even if you're on your own, do this with yourself. You just say it out loud or write it down. Start journaling. Journaling is ideal in these times. It also helps you to get things off your chest, to be able to read them back as well. And then maybe adjust to say, hey, actually this changed. Hey, resolved. Ching! This is an opportunity because a lot of unresolved shit can be resolved now. You may discover a lot about yourself, maybe also about your partner, most importantly about yourself. So if you're by your own in isolation, take time to self-reflect. Use guided meditations if you need. Use just music as a meditation or sounds. You can find them on YouTube. I shared a few things. If you feel pain somewhere in your body and you feel like, oh, this could be a chakra thing, then I have also something about the chakra basics, or basics about chakras, something also in my tips and tools. And there are also healing meditations especially for that. If all those free tools that are on my website are not sufficient for you and you feel you're stuck somewhere, then contact me. We can work together, or maybe if I have many people contact me and the similar things, we can work as a group. And I can teach you what you need to, how to learn to work with yourself. It took me practice as well to get to this point where I can do this now on my own. And I can tell you, My life has transformed. And yes, I'm not so happy about the fact that I will not be able to go out to the park. On the other hand, I see a lot of opportunities. I can work even harder on myself. And by harder, I mean like doing more and growing more and come out of this period like really strong, really solid, and maybe finally doing these things that I didn't get to do. I wanted to write a book about something. I had one or maybe even a few subjects. I want to start teaching about a specific subject which I didn't start. I didn't have the balls, so now I can actually sit down, which I should really do that, sit down and feel what is keeping me from starting to teach about this subject, because it's a subject where there's a lot of taboo on. So what's really keeping me from doing this? So there are a lot of things that we can do in this period. So I encourage you to do them from a point of inner peace. Here. So work on your peace, on your inner peace, on your calmness. And again, you need help, contact me. If you have suggestions, put them in the comments or send me a direct message. I wish you a beautiful day, and we'll be recording more of these videos. I will be answering some questions probably, maybe doing even lives. I have some technical problems, so I need to resolve them first to do lives. And looking forward to interacting with you. Wonderful day. Stay calm. You'll be okay. Like, subscribe, and share.